its own voice, its own legs. There's only one problem. It needs your eyes. Virtual Boy. See it now in 3D. He had the moves, the punches, the fire. But there was one thing he would never have. A way out. Virtual Boy presents more challenges inside the third dimension. Mario Tennis, Tunnel Boxer, Red Alarm, Galactic Pinball. Virtual Boy, a 3D game for a 3D world. Wanna play? He's the epitome of evil. And he's on the prowl in the third dimension. It's Wario. The diabolical one has gone 3D, where evil runs deep and danger comes out of nowhere in the most incredible adventure ever seen on Virtual Boy. It's Wario Land, a 3D game for a 3D world.
Wait till they get a load of me.
How's it going, everybody? It's time for another great Mr. Poestyle video. And today I want to talk about the new Nintendo Switch Virtual Boy online. You know, all the games came to online this past Tuesday, January 17th, 2026. And actually, the headset, if you bought one, mine came on Monday. So that was February. Did I say February? Yeah. February 16th. So the day before, the online service was bringing out some of the games. And I'm glad for that. On Monday was a no mail day here in the U.S. Because it was President's Day. But Nintendo sent these out UPS, so UPS still delivered. Got my headset, and I knew I was going to have to wait a little bit. But I just got to messing around with it, opening it today. So I just want to take a look at it with you. And you. I don't know about you out back there. Maybe you. Let's take a look. All right. Let's open this up. Got our Virtual Boy box there, direct from Nintendo. That's my Quest 3 in the background there. And actually my Quest 3, Quest 2, I've side-loaded Virtual Boy on there along with the ROMs. It's actually the most comfortable way to play those games, in my opinion. So if you can do that, do that. But yeah, nice packaging as always, red. And we're opening it up. There's our little, is it really a headset? It's a face set. A set on my face. We got, of course, our protective plastic wrap. There's our red lenses. There's the bottom. If you didn't know that already, let's take that off and take a look a little closer here. All right, what else? Take that part out. Got our little, I don't know, safety or instructions or whatever paper down in the box there. Trying to set everything out of the way. And here's our stand. Can you stand it? And from what I understand, stand is that this is pretty much identical to the original Virtual Boy stand. So it's metal. It's got some heft. Spread it out there. It says Nintendo on it. And what else is in here? One more thing. That is the attachment you need to use if you're using an original Switch or Switch 1. It says right on it. It comes with that groove attachment for the Switch 2 already attached. Then there's our Switch 2. Of course, you need the Download if you have the Switch Online service. You need to download the Virtual Boy app, and then the games are just there. Still moving stuff around here. Here we go. This does not work. That does not work. They're just for looks. And then on the bottom, they also threw in some, yeah, that says Switch 2 on it there. Right there, a fake port for the old Virtual Boy controller, and power supply, and fake volume and headset button, or port, sorry. They don't work. They're just there to give you the feels. There, just open it up. Open it up. And right there is a slot that you slide your Switch 2 or Switch 1 in. So then you want to grab your Switch 2. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. You want to turn it on. That's what you want to do. Any day now. Alright. Took my Joy-Cons off. Turn it on here. Might fumble around a little more with it. And there it is. Nope, whoops, switched over too far. Nope. I'm having technical difficulties. It's actually over a couple. No. You gotta see, I accidentally switched on GameCube. I'm holding it in the light. Could have edited this out, but what fun would that be? But this is, I mean, of course we know this isn't really VR. It's more like looking at a 3D Viewmaster or something like that when you're looking at the thing. And it's all in red. They talked about, I think there's going to be other tints in the future to it, so that you don't have to do just red. That's what I've heard, like a green, etc., etc. So, not so sure, but that's what I'm thinking. Gives you all your warnings, and then it's also telling you you need this device to run this on your Switch or Switch 2. You got to have a headset, one of their headsets. But it's as simple as that. You got it booted, you slide it in. Now from here, I mean, I can't really capture it for you. It's in the headset. So, but I'm going to give it a whirl anyway. Let's attach this. So simple. Just snaps right into place. Then there's your little thumb screw or whatever to get it at the angle that you want it. Tighten it up. You can kind of see something going on inside there. It's red. But what it's showing me is just like the classic games on Nintendo Switch Online. Showing me my box choices of games to play. So there I have it sitting on the table. Here's me. You know, I'm a bigger dude, so let's just stick our face up in there. And see, I gotta be all hunched over. And so really what I need to do is either put that up higher on a box or something, or get a lower chair. You know, obviously not as convenient without having a head strap on the thing. And I did play a few games. I played the pinball game and of course the Wario game just to give them a whirl. But like I said, overall it's way more comfortable playing on that Quest 3 you see sitting there. So if you have side quest and can side load and onto your, if you have a Quest, that is, I suggest doing it that way. You got a lot more freedom and you're not breaking your neck. There are people that talk about getting headaches with the original. I've seen some people say they got it with this too. I didn't sit there and play it for half an hour, so I can't report back on headache. Didn't have one here. More of a neck ache, shoulder ache, just from the angle. But yeah, $100 for this. If you like something like this in your collection, go grab it. I really don't think 100's that much, considering the price of everything else nowadays. But, I mean, you probably won't have those games forever either. One day, they shut down the online service. You're just going to have this piece of plastic with a metal stand. You're not going to have the physical games to play anymore. And there I'm just going through, trying out different games, trying out the menus with the Joy-Cons. And the Joy-Cons, usually I don't use them. I use a Pro Controller, which I'm sure you probably still could with this, but I didn't mind having the Joy-Cons in this case. And I got one on each side of the stand there. So if I had the Pro Controller, I'd kind of have to have my hands wrapped around the thing. But this is what you're going to be doing if you're going to play this thing. And that's just it. You're going to be sitting at a table somewhere, or your coffee table, or end table, or wherever, and you're going to hunker down to play. You know, if you're a little bit shorter, might not have a problem with that. I do believe these are one per account to order, like the other controllers are, the NES controller, Super Nintendo controller, GameCube, and 64 controller for their other online games. But it played well, it looked good, so that's a plus. Yeah, I mean, pretty neat. Is it something I would use every single day? Probably not. And this is all the more capture I could get for you. There's Wario. There he is. It's all red. This is what your Switch looks like without the headset on. So there's Wario, times 2. So there it is. handy dandy little thing here, and like I said, those don't work, but they're there for looks. It seems very sturdy, and you still got like that, what's it called, foam type material around the eyes. Not really foam, but seems well built for what it is. And again, if you want to put that other one on there, you have to take out those 4 screws, put in the other plate for the original switch, and then put the screws back in. There's your fake volume and headset input and everything. But pretty nice, pretty sturdy. As you can see, it's a bit bigger than my Quest 3, but you're not wearing it on your head. And even if you did have a headset for it, with the weight of that switch in there and everything, you'd probably kill your neck anyway. So there's that. Grab it, pop it open, slide it in, and get ready for red goodness. See, at one point I started filming this over because I thought my camera messed up and I didn't get the beginning part when I went through it. So but I had no time to really edit too much here, so sorry about that. Popping my Joy-Cons off again. There it is. Go in, fire it up. And get ready for fun. Boom. Goes right in, slides right down, and I dropped it. See, if you stopped watching, you missed me drop the whole thing. Oopsie, butterfingers. There it is. And the stand. Like I said, I re-recorded this stuff, so forgot to take it out. It slides right in there. It's amazing. Amaze balls. All right, let's go wrap it up. Wrap it. All right, so there you have it. That is the Nintendo Switch Online's Virtual Boy headset. Got the nice little stand. As others have said, they confirm it's the same stand. It's a heavy-duty stand. Pretty nice. Has the Nintendo label on there. Comes with the Switch adapter, Switch 2 adapter for this installed, but you also get the Switch original adapter in the box, so you can take out some screws down here and put that in if you're going to put your regular Switch headset in here. Switch 2 comes boxed, ready to go, and yeah, just you open the hood, you put in your system of choice, and you go to town. Like I said, none of these things actually work. They're just here for aesthetics. And also, from what people are saying, this is 1-to-1 with the original Virtual Boy. What do I think? I think it's neat. I always thought about getting a Virtual Boy for my collection and never did. And of course, like everything else, you know, the prices just climb. Just like buying the Jag or buying a Vectrux or whatever. You know, think about buying these things 20 years ago or 10 years ago and then don't pull the trigger and then you wait and then it just goes up and up. But really, I mean, just would have got it to have in the collection. So I did that with this. Will I use it very often? Probably not all that often. Like I said, it's a neat little thing, but I'm gonna sit there at the table with this. And I'm a taller guy, you know, I'm 6'4", so unless I find a smaller, shorter chair that I can sit like right eye level with it, it can be a bit of a pain. I was getting a little, not a headache, but more just a pain in the neck sitting there at the table like that to play this thing. But other than that, I thought it was pretty cool. And like I said, collectors are probably going to want this to have in a collection, whether they have one of these or not. My good buddy already has the original. He ordered it anyway, so he's enjoying it as well. Actually, he got to enjoy it Tuesday whenever the games went live, and I didn't because I was sleepy. But and if you never had one like me and you like to collect these kind of things, you can grab it. I also saw on my post somebody said that they collect the Switch controllers that have come out for everything. The NES, the Super NES, N64, what all did they have? A Sega one, the GameCube one. He just collects those to have them. So, and like everything else, you got to buy it through that Nintendo shop. All those controllers, and I think this, at least at one time those were, you can only buy one per account, I think. So you can't buy a whole bunch of these, and maybe that's the reason people were getting these so easily, or maybe the reason they're getting them so easily is because nobody ordered them. Your other alternative to this is a cardboard one that they make that's $25. This is $100 for all this. A lot of people say that's expensive. I don't really think it's that. In this day and age, $100 I don't think is that expensive. If you want this for your collection or you're going to use this thing. Cardboard one for $25. And just from the looks of it, I haven't seen anybody actually review that one. Well, I haven't watched anybody review this one yet either. But from the looks of it, just the pictures, and if I remember, I'll put them here if I didn't already. There's no stand for it. Not that I saw. It looked like the Joy-Cons were still attached. So now you're going to play this thing like this. That's really awkward. So you're holding the weight of the Switch in that cardboard, and then you have the Joy-Cons here. I don't see any other way to do it unless you find a head strap that's going to hold the weight of that Switch, and hopefully it doesn't destroy the cardboard. And that's another thing with it too. If you're going to set it around, it might get destroyed just from being there, falling over, whatever. But but it's $25. So there you go. There's your entrance fee to that if you want to do that. Now, the bad thing is that, and I've seen people mention this, you have to have the Switch online service, number one. Number two, you have to have either this or the cardboard one for it to work. It tells you it won't work in handheld. It won't work on your television screen. They want you to, when you turn it on, if you pick Virtual Boy online, it says to put it in the adapter. So that kind of sucks. It would be nice if they had made it so that you could actually enjoy this thing on your television or whatever. Do I recommend it? If you're a collector or if you have fond memories, you used to have one of the original, or it's something that you just want to have, yeah, go grab it. $100, like I said, I don't think that's too terrible for it. But really, once that Switch online service is done, you're done. So you'll just have this piece of plastic. It's not like the old one where you'll have your games that you still had with it. But you're not collecting all these expensive games for this thing, looking for them now. Some of them are rare. That thing just dropped way down in price way back in the day on clearance sale, and people were picking them up in the games. And they're really, 13 or 14 games released in the US for it, so not too many. I think they're supposed to add 1 or 2 games that were never released for this thing on the online service. And they'll be releasing the games over the months here in 2026. Yeah, I never grabbed one. I remember seeing it in the cheap bin, but as I've said before, I was never really a handheld, what's this called, a face held system back in the day. I had the home consoles, and when you had the home consoles like that, like the Nintendo and Super Nintendo, I saved all of my money from my paper routes and everything to buy games for that. And Christmas presents, you know, get 2 or 3 NES games if you were lucky. And birthday, maybe 1 NES game is what they would get for me if I asked for it. So you didn't get very many games throughout the year, so I wasn't going to ask for a big handheld or face-held system for Christmas or a birthday, and then also be buying games for it whenever I thought that the games on SNES and NES were superior to Game Boy Color, Virtual Boy, whatever. So that's why I didn't get one back in the day, but it would be cool to have one sitting there next to this thing. Just didn't do it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you buy one of these things, or did you buy the cardboard one? I want to know. Do you have an original? Were you happy? Do you feel superior because you have the original one? Did that original one get all the rot and everything? People were saying that these, you know, get all, and I see that these ones probably will through the years too. Some of these are just in crappy condition these days on those ones. You said you had where you could put a controller here in the old days, and you don't have a controller with this thing, if I didn't mention that anymore. You're using your Joy-Cons. So there's that as well. Yeah, let me know if you have one, if you want one, if you think it's neat, if you think it sucks. Just be kind and friendly to each other in the comments down below. Yeah. Did I do I don't know, I rambled on. I hope to see you in the next one. That's right. That's right.
Joystick in hand, eyes on the screen, Mr. Poestyle, an arcade machine. Blips and bloops, a symphony of sound. High scores calling another round. From Atari joysticks and television's keys, he conquered consoles with such ease. ColecoVision's wonders, he knew them all. Master of
Oh, Nacho. Come here, Nacho. No biting. No biting. No biting. Oh, Nacho, stop.